So today I want to explain a new format of class that we'll have every now and then. We'll do an asynchronous day where everybody is not expected to be in the same place, right? Sometimes we need to review things as a whole, but every now and then everybody should kind of do their own thing and work with what they're stuck on or what they need to work on specifically for them. So on these days, what's going to happen is there will be a minimum point value that you need to earn. So in the grade book, I will add a column that you'll see that's called Asynchronous Day, and it'll put 300 XP there. So if you don't do anything, you will lose 300 points for this part, okay? I'm going to extend this deadline to the end of the day at least, and I'm going to see how many of you guys can get it done in time. I hope that we don't have too many people that were absent miss this, so if you were absent, please maybe follow along online. That's kind of why I'm making this video. So I hope you guys can see that the first one we'll talk about is the mild one, okay? So we have different spiciness levels for our problems. The mild one will be the most simple, and the spicy will be the most complex. It'll also be the more independent of the two, and there'll be less support given to you. So you kind of be on your own a little bit, although I'm going to help you. It's just going to mainly be on your own, and you try really hard to do it independently. So ask me questions no matter where you are, but just understand that the spicy one is going to be just a little bit harder than the other ones. So we'll start off explaining the mild one. Okay, for this one I wanted you guys to complete a slideshow presenting your data on Andalusia along with images that illustrate the region. So I'm going to do this right now, right in front of you guys. I'm going to do this whole activity. If you have been paying attention, this one should make sense. So I'm going to take a look at my phase 1 mathematical modeling sheet. Okay, I have all my data in here. I have north, south, east, but I don't have west. So maybe I could add that right now and give you guys the formula that I would do, right? I'm going to go into west and I'm going to type in equals. And then I'm going to start putting in the ones that are on the west, right? And which ones are from the west? We got Cadiz, we got Huelva, and then I believe if we look through the rest of the pictures, you guys should be able to see what is the regions that we need, right? So we'll take a look at our math modeling, and you guys had an image. So just look at this image again to remember what was left and right. So Huelva, Sevilla, Cadiz, and Malaga are the ones that we would use here. So I'm going to go add those, Huelva, Sevilla, Cadiz, and Malaga. So I see that Huelva is G, so I'm going to do G2. Okay, notice there was the equal sign, so that was the first thing I typed. So you have to type an equal sign. We'll start with G2. Okay, then we said what we're going to have again, like we were just mentioning, that we have to do Sevilla. Let's go figure out which one Sevilla is in. Well, Sevilla is in column J. So we'll do that plus J2. Okay, again, realize because I'm in the second row, everything needs to have a 2 on it. Okay, so the next one that we saw was going to be Cordoba and then Malaga. So Cordoba is E, so we'll put E2, and then we're going to add the next one, which is Malaga, which is I2. Okay, so now we got the western region, so if I hit enter, it only gives me that row, right? And so I want to go ahead and bring this thing down so that I have all of my data. So now I have a north region, the south, the east, and the west are all totaled up. And to work through this, we need to understand, a couple things. One thing I want to emphasize is that, in each of these places, for instance, there is a city that's named after the place. So Malaga is somewhere around here. Forgive me for placing it in the wrong place. But Malaga is a city on the coast, okay? But there's lots of other cities inside of Malaga, lots of other towns and villages. So I hope you understand that the number that we're getting is not only the population of Malaga city, but the population of the whole region, right? So I hope that that's clear. So after that, we'll get into here and we'll take a look at what I wanted you to see, which was going to be the basics of making these graphs. Okay, we've done these before. We have right here this one graph that says Andalusia versus the year, right? So sorry, I'm in the wrong one. So to do Andalusia versus the year, remember we just highlight those two, excuse me, and then we insert a chart. Alright, this chart will be here, and I taught you guys to go down there and change it to a scatter plot. Okay, and then I did tell everybody to go into series. We're going to add a trend line, and then we added an equation. Okay, so we at least need to have that on there. So this is the total population of the whole region. Okay, there was other parts that went along with this, and so we have one graph right here. That There's the
Garcia
graph.
reports to the attendance office. Shayla Garcia reports.
So if you're looking here, what we've been looking through is how to make this happen. And so right now I want you guys to see a sample presentation. We got our graphs in there, okay? And we'll walk through it so you can see how this is going to look as a finished product. First of all, I try to pick a GIF, but you can see don't pick a grainy image, okay? And this, we'll take this as a teachable moment, right? So some images might look cool. When you blow it up, it doesn't look the same way, right? So always double check on full screen. You want a title. In this case, I'm doing Andalusia because I'm teaching everybody. So what you should have as your title is maybe the region that I gave you. Okay, I'm going to take Malaga as my region. Okay, so one thing we want to have is the population of Andalusia, and I want you to present that to the viewer. Then we're going to start letting people know what Malaga is. Okay, Malaga is a very ancient city. The Romans occupied it thousands of years ago, and it turns out this theater was completely buried, and it was like at the foot of this whole castle, and this castle has been up there for a long time. But I think sometimes in the 50s or the 70s they started excavating this thing, and now when you walk through Malaga you can see how old it is. It's thousands of years old. Okay, this city is one of the most populated cities in Spain, and you can see that it has a higher population than pretty much all the other regions that we study. So I'm shooting Malaga as my region. Okay, so after we got Andalusia, now we got the third graph. Okay, and again I'm showing you here just a little bit of Malaga. Okay, it's a beach town, so it's a good place to watch the sunset and hang out at the beach if you like that kind of thing. Then it has a really great nightlife. It's a great city for music, shopping, really high-end shops. You know, you got to bring a lot of money if you want to shop there, but it's really clean. I mean, look at the streets. There's not one piece of trash. It's an amazing, really well-decorated city. After that, you guys were supposed to compare northern and southern Andalusia and then east and west if you could. So I put my graph of north and south. So notice I've had 3 graphs so far, and now my presentation is complete. As I've been saying, this would be about 400 XP. If you want to get the full 500, then it would be nice if you added the east and west, and then maybe a couple more pictures of Andalusia or Malaga to explain this to the viewer. So again, this was the mild exercise. This is what you guys should do. Again, add at least 3 graphs, and then add, at least 3 pictures if you want to get the 300 XP that goes with this, okay? If you do more, if you get the 4 graphs and a couple more pictures that show me that you've explored a little bit into this area, then you'll get 600 or maybe even more if you really make me say wow, alright? So good luck working on this, guys. I hope you have a good time over break and raise your grade by doing some of these extra credit activities I got for you, alright? Good luck.